All right, what is going on, everybody? It's been a little bit. We just got done filming a video of the review for this boat. I think this is going to be the first fishing video that I've released in this boat. I'm fishing out of a new to me 19.8 Ranger aluminum boat. It's the Bass or the Pro or whatever it is. It's not the Crappie one, but it still fishes amazing. We're gonna get after it today and show you guys how to catch springtime crappie. It is, I'm not gonna say it's prime time, but it has got to be right at prime time. Water temperature is 55.9 degrees. Actually, I think my one up front said it was about 60. But I've actually trust this one in the back a little bit more than the one up front. It was out in the air just a little bit ago, so we'll call it 56 degrees. So that should push the crappie up against the bank. So we're just gonna go around and I'm gonna teach you guys my top 3 ways to catch springtime crappie. All right, after a little bit of work, I've got everything set up. These are my top 3 ways to catch springtime crappie. Obviously, you got your first setup, casting with a 1/16 ounce jig head. I like to use 1/16 ounce 99% of the time. The only times that I don't use a 1/16 ounce is if I'm fishing really deep, and when I say really deep, I mean like 15 plus feet, or if it's really windy and you just can't get your line out there. This is a, what is this? It's an ACC crappie stick, 6 or 7.5 foot casting with a President reel on there. I think that's got 6-pound test on it. It works fantastic, very sensitive. That is what I like to use to cast for springtime crappie. Another setup here is another President reel. This is a little bit larger. I think it's a 30. It's got 8-pound test on it as well, and we are using a slip bobber setup for that. And what that means is that bobber slips up and down. We've got a number 5 weight on there, just like a split shot, and then a number 6 hook. I like to put about 8 inches, 6 to 8 inches between the hook and the weight. And then typically I like to fish right at like 3 to 5 foot. Kind of depends on what you're fishing around, but 3 to 5 foot seems to be pretty magic for me. And then that is for a minnow setup. Take the minnow and either hook it through the lips or hook it through the eyes, and we just go down the bank and try to find some. The other way that I have taken a liking to here lately is, is using a jig beneath a slip bobber. Now normally I'm not too big into jigs beneath bobbers. I like to put some action into it, but if they're being super finicky and it's got a little bit of a chop like today is, you can kind of see how it's got some of a chop in there. And what that'll do is that bobber will go up and down and kind of jig it for you, and you can cover a decent amount of water with it. I think this jig head is a 32nd ounce jig head, and I have another number 5 split shot underneath it. And what that does for you, why the split shot when it's already on a jig head? On days like today, you kind of need something to pull it down a little bit faster. It'll still hold it there and bounce real nice and natural, and you're still looking for the same type of hit. But to me, adding just a little bit of extra weight to get it down there a little bit quicker helps you out wonders, so it doesn't float over your brush pile or your areas that you want to fish. So tying that in and areas that you want to fish, I'm starting out here in the mouth of a pocket. I know there's a brush pile up there where they like to stage on, and then they like to move up shallow. I think they're going to be up shallow today. 2 days ago they were out on this brush pile in about 9 foot of water, but I'm very confident they started moving up. So what I look for when I start fishing for these things in days like today is typically I will start casting for them first and see if they want a moving bait, and if they do, that's great. If not, I'll go back through those areas that with a jig and a minnow, or with a slip bobber and a minnow. And what I'm looking for are these types of banks right here. They kind of come out and have some rock. Crappie really like to spawn on rocks. That is why you see a lot of people fishing for them at the dams or spillways. is because they need some kind of hard bottom. Now, it doesn't have to be big chunk rock. It actually works a little bit better if it's sand and gravel. Not sand and gravel. Like pea gravel is really good. We used to put a bunch of that stuff out of our family cabin, and we would catch a bunch of crappie on it spawning. But that's kind of where, and kind of depth, they can be anywhere from just having an inch of water over their back to 10 foot. Normally what I like to target is about 5 foot, 3 to 5 foot. Just seems to be the magic number for me. When I start looking for them, really early spawning happens about 50 degrees. Like they'll start staging up at 50 degrees water temp in my area, and right in that 55 to 58 is prime time. Right now we're at 56, call it, and they were eating pretty good the other day. So that's a lot of intro there, and maybe not intro, but more so setup. Kind of my favorite moving style baits, and I mean, it's pretty standard, but I really like a single tail grub, like so. Chartreuse is a great color. We were in stained water, and for some reason yesterday they didn't want really any, or not yesterday, 2 days ago, they didn't want anything other than something with chartreuse in it. So that helped. When we swapped to that, we started catching a lot more fish. The other style of baits that I really like are these stinger style baits. It's like a 2-inch bait. They're very, very, very simple. I actually make these in these colors. My wife made that one. Hopefully we can catch some fish on this one today, take some pictures and send it to her. But then these are pretty well your standard. Everybody throws them. Definitely something to get in your tackle box if you don't. Something that at like Walmart you can get are the Bobby Garlands. They're the same style and setup there. But yeah, I'm gonna quit talking about this, and I'm actually gonna get out and do some fishing. But those, I actually might make another video just in the fishing. So be on the lookout for that one. Thank you for clicking on this small short video on how to catch 3 ways to catch springtime crappie. Hopefully I can actually put these to good use and catch you some after this. Thanks for clicking on this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it, maybe you learned something. Make sure to like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Share it with your friends if they want to learn. There's a whole bunch of good content on this channel, anywhere from duck hunting, goose hunting to you know, crappie fishing. So anyway, thank you for clicking on this one. Hopefully you click on another one. Catch you next time.